I know. Every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. Hey, yeah, yeah. You're a wanderer just like me. Hey, yeah, yeah. You better know where you're going. Yeah, you better know where you're going.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to JKM Adventures, or welcome back to JKM Adventures. My name is Justin, and this is a review of the Gulf State Park RV Resort in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Now, I wanted to do a really extensive review and go through all of the things, but I did not have the time while I was down there to investigate a lot of stuff. So I want to give you a good bit of information. If maybe you're interested in staying down here, or you're looking at RV resorts and you're not sure which one to choose, well, I'm going to try to do a quick overview here. This one is located in the middle of the Gulf State Park, and it is in an old golf course, and it is minutes from the interstate. It's not hard to get to, although at the time we stayed there, the address was not visible on Google or Apple Maps. Upon further investigation, now it's been about a month since we stayed there. I have seen that Google seems to know where it is, but it is off of a highway right when you cross a new bridge coming into town. If you know where the wharf is, you will go right to go to the wharf, and you can only go right or left here, and left will take you down to the state park resort. You'll see signs for it. It's kind of hard to miss now. But as far as I know, it is updated on at least Google Maps. So if not, then the ladies up front in the office were very helpful giving us directions, because at the time we had no way of figuring it out, because there is another RV resort closer, and it is the Gulf Coast campground, I believe. So be aware that there are several in this area, and make sure you get correct directions, because it can be kind of hard to find. Now, this is just an overview here that I've got playing in the background. I rode one of the e-bikes, and you'll see a lot of those in this video. And you got to either bring your e-bikes with you or rent them, because that's one of the main highlights about staying here is the access to all of the trails. And I swear, when the traffic was high during Memorial Day weekend, it was much easier to get to the beach via those trails on a bike than it was to try and fight that traffic. This town definitely wasn't built for all the traffic it got during Memorial Day weekend, and we hadn't even considered it. We booked it for 2 weeks, and turned out to be almost nobody there until Memorial Day weekend, and then, here came everyone. This is the main entrance we're riding through right now. You turn right, you'll see the gate over there, and I'll walk through that in a little bit as we get back to it. But this is basically just a roundabout that takes you to the spots you're on. Our spot was 702. It tells you to keep going left to get to the 700s, but honestly, if you just take this right here where I'm turning, you'll get to the 700s much quicker. There, as you can see right now, this is right after Memorial Day, so there are a lot of people. They have some pull-through spots. They have some back-end spots. They're trying to build more. Right now, this place is not full yet. So the pricing is one of the things everybody wants to know. What's the price? So we'll get to the pricing. The pricing isn't very cheap. Okay, this is a more premium resort. It's not as inexpensive as others in the area. There is one about 3 miles away if you take the roads, and up here, the brick building, that's a bathhouse. We're going to review their bathhouses as well, but that's the one closest to us. And this coming around the corner here is the 700s. But back to pricing. We stayed there for 2 weeks in mid-May with Memorial Day 14 days after taxes and fees cost us $1,400. And that's our place off to the right there. And you could say that's fair pricing, and I think it is. Is it worth it? Well, that's up to you. Now we're cutting to me walking out of the laundry room here. We're at the main clubhouse at the roundabout you just saw. And some things are pretty awesome, man. The clubhouse was really clean. The laundry room was really nice, although a lot of things were out of order. They were having a lot of certain issues with washers and dryers in there, but it is a beautiful area, access to everything. There's so many things to do. You have quick access downtown. You can go and uh, go to all the main restaurants. You can go to the beach access, the beach pavilion. Um, just about anything you want to do, you're within 10 to 15 minutes. If you want something more off the beaten path, I do suggest the Big Beach Brewing uh, bar, and they have pretty good food too. They got like a lot of appetizers and flatbreads and good local beer, and that was a place to kind of escape from all the touristy stuff. Um, this is such a beautiful resort. We really loved how nice it was. The customer service was pretty good. Everybody was really friendly. The bathrooms and showers, although they were cleaned every day, in the morning, they had a weird design flaw, at least in our bathhouse, to where it was off level and it's all in one. So you got the toilet, then you got the sink and mirror and the shower all together, which is pretty common, right? But there was no shower curtain, there was nothing to keep it from splashing out. And because they were off level, there was water everywhere. So after about mid part in the day, after everyone had gone and taken their showers, you were just walking in like an half inch of water, and a lot of them, some of them were even leaking out of the door. So, yeah, keep that in mind. You want to get there early. I think that's the key thing here. This is the front gate and a walking path that leads to the road. This building up ahead is the main building you'll pull up to, and you can see how they have some lanes on that other side, the opposite of what I'm walking on. And you pull up there, and the ladies and gentlemen that work in that welcome office will come out and greet you and get all your information straight. You will need uh, a vehicle permit, a parking pass, and if you arrive too late, like we did, we didn't get there till almost midnight. Um, they will give you a temporary access code to get in there, and then the following day you'll have to go to the office when they're open and get your parking pass. But the grounds are well kept. They although they did start groundskeeping at like 6 o'clock in the morning one morning and woke us up with all their loud machinery. That was kind of annoying because we'd had a rough night and we were trying to get some sleep, and you wake up to mowers and weed eaters right outside your RV. I would prefer if you waited till at least like 7:30, 8 o'clock to start cutting the grass, man. Um, so the power and amenities, they have full hookups. I don't know if I mentioned that. Obviously, I mean, look at this place, right? So they have 50 amp, 30 amp. They have water and sewer. The water was exceptionally clean, no high pressure at all. The sewer was, all that stuff was so well kept and so clean. And I'm pretty sure like only one or two people ever stayed on our concrete pad. They are all concrete pads. They are currently still expanding it. So if you stay in the 700s, that 701 to 705 area over there, you got a sweet spot. This is why I walked out front, is because at the time you couldn't find it. So I do want to give you a view of how it looks from the road here. And when you pull up, so this is the main highway that follows the canal. It's Canal Road, and this will be where you turn in. So you'll probably be coming from my right, which is the main road. There's the bridge in the background that you cross, and you go around a big U-turn, and you can either turn right or left. Now, turning right, there's like 2 or 3 lanes, and if you accidentally get in the wrong lane, well, guess what? You can't change it. You're going right. So you'll see those. See how pretty that is in the drive. those two big little towers they have over there. And on them, you can't see it very well in the video, but big black letters, it does say Gulf State Park RV Resort on them. And they do have one of those brown state park signs out there telling you that you're about to pull up to it. So it used to be a golf course. So that could be a little confusing, but as far as I know, you should have no issues um, getting in and getting to it now. It's very pretty. When we pulled up, I couldn't see everything because it was so dark. But the next day, I was just kind of blown away at the beauty. This is probably the nicest RV park I'll ever stay in, to be honest with you. So for me, it's worth the money. But if you're just purely trying to look at something off of price, I would suggest you look at the Gulf State Park surrounding that. There is one place that you can get to only a few miles away that is pretty much on the water. You're not on the ocean per se, but you are on the water. You're right next to some of the inlets and bays and lakes and things like that. And sorry if you can hear that AC kicking in the background, but I'm going to keep going with this. Um, that one is about half the price or less, but it is far more crowded. It is not. It's old. You can tell it's old, but it does have pull-through sites with full hookups. So if purely price is your only thing where you're like, man, I don't care about the amenities. I just want some place cheaper to stay that's a convenient location. Then that would be your option. Now, if price isn't a problem, this to me is the nicest park in the area. There are a couple of nice ones as well further up the road. But to me, staying in the state park, having access to those trails, uh, and you've seen, if you haven't seen the videos, go back and watch my video of going through it. I'm also editing the second video to that sometime today or tomorrow, where you can just see how beautiful it is in the surrounding area, paved biking paths that you can also walk on, all kinds of pretty stuff. And here we are at the clubhouse. This clubhouse is really nice. The pool is out back. The laundry room is where I'm going to because it was laundry day for me. And here's the pool. So they have a saltwater pool. They have this nice patio in the shade. They have a splash pad and a playground for the kids. And then if you're still into golfing, they have a putting green out back as well. That's super nice. The clubhouse on the inside's nice. It seems like they're still working on it. Like at this time, it hadn't been open very long. So they had this big ice cream storage fridge for like Dippin' Dots and stuff like that, but it hadn't been filled yet, unfortunately, because I would have loved some of that. But plenty of lounge chairs, plenty of places to sit with umbrellas over you. This patio was nice and breezy, very comfortable, cushy chairs, and there's so many great things here. And you can see the e-bikes up there again. Just lots of people riding around on those, just vibing, not making noise. It is very quiet for the most part. The only issues we had was some power problems during some storms. We had some bad storms come through. There's the putting green there on the left. It's very nice, very well kept. The only issue with the trails walking around, I'm on a paved path here, but coming up is the for some reason mulch. And I have an issue you're probably gonna see here in a little bit if I put it in there where I was walking and I was wearing my Crocs, and it went through the bottom of it and stabbed up into my foot. And that hurt quite a bit. So I would recommend kind of deviating from those if you don't have hard soled shoes. Um, but I mean, look at the sites. I mean, look how beautiful and clean they are. They take good care of them. They're not very used yet. So if you're watching this May, June, July of 2026, these are fresh and new. They did have some growing pains. They were having trouble with some of the air conditioning units in the main bathrooms, and so there are two bathhouses. One is to the right. That's the one that I've complained about being off level. I didn't see the other one that's kind of on the other side of the park going the other way. But at the clubhouse, they do have uh, bathrooms up there for if you're at the pool and you got to use the bathroom. But in those bathrooms, they do have separate stalls and everything. But over to the side, they have several showers. I want to say it's five showers, one that's bigger than the other. But the rest of them all have their own separate door that close. So If the other shower houses aren't your thing, you can try those out. I'm willing to bet those are nice and level and don't have the same issues. There's our little toys. This is our camper. This is our site. You can see there's the dumpster and there's the bathhouse behind the tree over there. So it's a short walk to everything. This wide view lens kind of makes it look further away, but it's not far at all. It is very convenient. You get up in the morning, you don't have to use your own bathroom, and then you walk back and this walking path to the clubhouse. It's very nice. I mean, if you're where we were in some of the other areas, it might be a little further of a walk. But where we were was so convenient. I loved it. They had the laundry room there that was very clean, and the lady was in there talking to me about it. And she said they just had a lot of problems with the washers and dryers not working, and they're only a month old. So keep that in mind. The first time I used them, they were very affordable compared to other campgrounds I've been to. It's $2 for a wash, $2 for a dry, and they had pretty super capacity. But one dryer I used, it took two cycles, and it still wasn't all the way dry. And it wasn't like any different in the load. Oh, there I am. I got stuck in the foot by some mulch. Yeah, you're gonna see me pull this shank out of my foot here. Anyway, that kind of hurt a lot, but when it all comes down to it, let's wrap this up. I can ramble all day. There's plenty of things to do in the area. Customer service is great. It's very clean. The laundry rooms have their ups and downs. There's not very many cons other than the bathroom situation they need to fix. The pool is awesome. It was great temperature. I don't know if it's heated or not, but it was wonderful. The laundry room's the only place I had issues. Getting around town was easy and convenient, except for holiday traffic. There are plenty of options to go and get food. There are plenty of options for shopping. There's plenty of things to do without having to get on the main roads. You can go bike, you can go picnic, you can go for a walk and a hike, and a lot of things around you are pet friendly. This place is pet friendly. Um, they don't have an actual dog area, but you keep your dog on a leash. You can walk around. Please pick up after it. All that. So in my ratings, the only con really is the price, right? Because it's super nice. Is it worth it? Yeah, but it's still a bit high, and there still needs to be some things ironed out. So overall, out of a rating of 1 to 10, I will give this place a solid 8.5 out of 10. It could be a 9 to 9.5 if some of those things were fixed. But other than that, there is no reason for you to pass this place by. Get out here to the Gulf Coast and start experiencing an excellent vacation, a camping trip you won't forget, and let me know how it goes and what your experience is. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.